Oh yeah! Happy Halloween / Day of the Dead! Welcome to Anna and Katon's live stream! Woohoo!
Yeah! You did it! All right, we love it. That's great. That's it. You are here. You made it. Fantastic. Hey, good to see you. All right.
Hello, everybody. This is Katon and Anna here in Long Beach, California, doing another live stream. It's been a little while, and we just got back from tour with HIRAX. We did the United States and Canada, and it's good to be back home. Also, we're back working on a bunch of stuff. We've got some things to talk about. The reissue of Immortal Legacy, along with a bunch of other great things are going on.
Nice.
Can you see my fire engine lights?
Well,
How's the left and the right? Are they in the shot?
the left one's on the right side, and the right one's on the left side.
Right.
No, just kidding. It looks great.
All right, cool. Let me turn them on. This is KISS representing all four members, especially Ace Frehley. Let's hear it for Ace.
Woo!
May Ace Frehley live forever, or Frehley, or everybody pronounces his last name differently, but I've always called him Ace Frehley. But Frehley, also over here on the left, or your right, would be Thin Lizzy, Phil Lynott, and the rest of the boys. So I'm going to turn these on.
Okay, it's
They
happening.
represent KISS and Thin Lizzy, two of some of my favorite bands.
Woo!
Yep.
You just getting the party started.
Yeah,
Not
the party
even
started
a
right at the top.
problem.
We used to
Yay!
in the early days of the
Oops, sorry.
in the early days of the live stream, we used to start these things way later. But starting from the top, because we only got a little bit less than an hour to do this. So we're on Facebook and Instagram.
What's up?
If you're tuning in, please let us know what city or country you're tuning in from, or both. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back home here in Long Beach. But we're also getting ready for more tour dates and more releases. And bit of news, we've started ideas for the next recordings for the next HIRAX album we're working on.
Yeah.
Some riffs are being submitted by the guys. Also want to say hello to Jose, Alan, Matthew, and Jeremy, my band
What's
members.
up?
They were awesome on the tour that we just did. It was a great tour.
Road dogs.
Yeah, road dogs everywhere. And also, the unsung hero, my wife, Anna, for driving and doing merch and doing all the stuff that you need. She was there for us, and she pulled it off flawlessly. So thank you, Anna.
Thank you guys. Happy to do that. Happy to see everybody. It was awesome.
You're the best.
You're the best.
So anyways, hello everybody.
Hey.
Where do we start?
Well, Tariq's got to go to work, so he can't stay long. So it says rock on.
Tariq, thanks for checking in.
Nice. Have a good day, buddy.
Have a good day at work, buddy.
And we got someone here from Brooklyn. And
what's up? I love Brooklyn.
Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota.
And Pennsylvania.
Bogota Thrash, Pennsylvania. What's up?
I imagine we made so many new friends, old friends. It was great to see everyone, and a lot of people had nice things to say about these little streams that we do too. Oh, Houston, Texas.
What's
all
up,
right.
Houston, Texas. Yeah, the tour was amazing because we got to meet a lot of people in person at the merch booth, and then walking around the venues and stuff. And I just want to say thank you for all the comments about even these live streams. I had, we never really realized how many people see these, but I guess a lot. So thank you guys, and we try to give out some good information, especially in this day and age when we live in a weird time. But we try to give out positive information. So we'll be talking about records, comic books. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Also, the new, well, I don't know if it's the newest, but it's one of the newest, Maddie magazine.
Nice.
This is a really killer magazine. I suggest if you haven't seen it or read it, look it up. You can just look it up on the internet. M-A-T-T-E-Y. Maddie Magazine. M-A-T-T-E-Y. Maddie Magazine. It's awesome. I highly suggest it. You can order it online. Touring, Jeez, there's so much to talk about. The tour was insane.
They're saying hi from even Bavaria and
Bulgaria.
Florida, which that was your birthday was in Florida.
My birthday was in Florida, which was awesome. We celebrated with some cake, and this tour was through my 62nd birthday, so it was a very special tour, the longest U.S. tour HIRAX has ever done. So this is my Hulk fan. I love these things. This is a Hulk fan.
Panama.
Hello, Panama. What's up, Panama?
Panama and even Colorado, which makes me think that...
Colorado, sorry we couldn't make it there. We actually had a date booked in the Czech Republic, and it had been booked for over half a year at least. And, we never, unless there's something really wrong, we never cancel shows. So we had to jump from the tour that we were doing with Dark Angel and Sacred Reich, by the way. Dark Angel and Sacred Reich were awesome to tour with, really good friends of ours, great people. That's probably another reason the tour was so awesome. We were just touring with awesome people. Their road crews and their merchandise people. Jesse was amazing. Andrew was awesome. My wife was awesome. It was a lot of great people involved in the tour, and the fans were the same. So being able to go across the U.S. up into Canada and see all you guys was, I don't even know where to begin, but it was awesome.
I'm sorry, it's going to go for a while, but Switzerland. Rudy, and...
what was after Switzerland?
Just even Sean and his wife Dora from Chicago, and they went to Czech Republic, which was great to see them.
Hey, thank you guys for
Sean,
coming out.
yeah, that was great to see you guys. And then those shows were going great. The people were going pretty wild, and really
every
awesome.
city was interesting. I mean, we got to play cities we never played before, as well as ones we've been to before, like Chicago. Obviously the Bay Area, back up in Berkeley. I mean, we played that venue at least twice now. With the one before that was with Voivod. So going back to the Bay is always fun. L.A., obviously our home turf. San Diego was very cool. Ventura. I mean, everywhere. Texas, North Carolina, Baltimore. Baltimore is kind of special now. We've been there a few times, and Baltimore was rocking. By the way, this is the test pressing. I'm blown away. This is 11 years in the coming, but this is the test pressing. The new test pressing for Immortal Legacy, which should be out somewhere around November or December, really soon. If not the beginning of the year, just depending on the pressing plant. But it is coming. So for all you guys that didn't get a copy, which is a lot of people because that record mysteriously went through some crazy shit, but Immortal Legacy is going to be back out soon. So keep an eye out for that. I bought some records back from the tour too, so we're going to talk about that. Obviously I'm a record collector, so I'm really fortunate and lucky, very lucky, to have time when we're out on the road. If we have some hours in between, we usually try to go by record stores or anything kind of fun, to kind of break up the monotony of driving and touring. I mean, the road, our driver, Anna, does the most, so she's like Superwoman. But the drives
I love seeing all the people.
You need something to break that up, so we try to go to record stores and toy stores and comic book stores or whatever, just to kind of break up the time. So we got lucky and found some really killer record stores in some of these obscure cities that we'd never been to. There was a place in North Carolina called Buffalo Boogie, I believe. Buffalo Boogie Records. Interesting story. We went there. My bass player Jose went into the store before I did, but he came out and told me, "Man, you got to go in the store. They got all kinds of cool records." So I went in and I got to talk to the owner. I always love talking to the owners of these record stores, and he had told me that a guy had come in that week and sold all of his records to the store, and he used to be a roadie for Ronnie James Dio. Figures I'd be wearing this T-shirt. But he was a roadie for Ronnie James Dio, and he was getting a divorce, so he had to sell his record collection so he could split the money with his ex-wife. So the records that were in the store were unbelievable, and I got some of those. So there's always a crazy story behind, because I love used records, secondhand records, and those are always the most interesting because usually they come from something really cool. So these records were, I guess, one of Ronnie James Dio's roadies had sold his record collection, and there was insane shit in the collection. So I'll show that in a little bit. But yeah, I want to also take some questions. If you came out to the tour, I want to thank you personally. Once again, I want to thank my band because we were on the road for over a month. I think a month and 2 weeks. And it was awesome. And it's a lot of hard work. I mean, our mobile home, our Winnebago, the stairs broke on it. And I don't know if you know about these stairs, but mobile homes are kind of high up. So stepping in and out of the mobile homes you need stairs. Well, anyways, probably 6 shows or 7 shows into the tour, our stairs just completely gave out. So we had to get up in and out of the mobile home without stairs for the rest of the tour, and nobody complained. We just did it. But it was not easy, especially with a lot of equipment and stuff. So once again, my band are a bunch of road dogs, and I appreciate them. So thank you. Any other questions?
Well, I mean, they were wondering if you had the vinyl that you got. And we got to stop at several vinyl stores.
Yeah. There was a store in Texas, I think it was San Antonio, called Hog Wild. Was that Hog Wild? Hog Wild Records was awesome. What was that vinyl place that we went to called?
Vinyl Conflict in Richmond.
Conflict in Richmond, Virginia. Vinyl Conflict was awesome. Obviously, when I'm in the Bay Area, there's a couple of stores, and they're pretty known, but I don't care. They're awesome. Amoeba, Berkeley, and Amoeba, San Francisco, both really good stores. And one of my personal favorites is Rasputin. I don't think people talk about it enough. I'm giving away some of my little choice stores, but Rasputin in Berkeley is an amazing store. I always find killer shit there. There was a place in New York. What was that store in New York?
Academy Records.
Academy Records in New York was hell yeah, badass too. I knew it was a great store right when I walked in because there was this dude eyeballing me, and then I realized he had a Thin Lizzy t-shirt on, so he knew what was up. But that store, Academy Records, is awesome too. I guess I could pull some of the records. Let me see here.
One that we're missing, though, that was Vinyl Cup Records in Des Moines.
Oh, yeah, dude. We broke down, finally. I mean, this happens on tour, but we broke down in Des Moines. I can't even pronounce that. I screw up.
Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
When there was no show, so we were lucky.
No show, so we were lucky. We were coming back to try to make it to Europe because we had to fly out to Europe. The metal gods intervened and we made it, but we broke down in Des Moines and we found a record store called, what was it called?
Oh, that one was Vinyl Cup.
Vinyl Cup in Des Moines. And it was on a Sunday, so there's nothing to do. Everything's pretty much closed down, but this store was open, a few restaurants. So we went.
It was nice.
Found some cool stuff.
Some coffee and
really
donuts.
They had 3 copies of this really rare record that I already have, so I left them there, but I left them in the front of the bin. It was a band called Point Blank. They're a southern rock band. It was their first album, and they had 3 copies of that record. So if you're ever out in Des Moines, stop at that store and pick up the Point Blank record because it's really hard to find, and it's a great southern rock record. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, just a few more like hellos. A lot of South America and Chile and Argentina.
South America. I love South America. We'll be back next year. We'll be back to all of it. We're going to try to also, if we can, do Uruguay. Uruguay is the only place basically in South America we haven't played. But Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia, Argentina, I said already, Brazil, Paraguay,
Peru.
I can't forget Peru. Peru. What else did I miss? Chile? Did I say Chile?
Now you're going back in circles, but
probably circling around.
Bergen says hi, and Mexico.
What's up, Mexico?
Columbus, Ohio says that the kids are crazy there. You got to go. So
welcome to Columbus, Ohio. Did you say Bergen?
Yeah.
What's up, Bergen?
Yeah.
Also want to say hello to some friends of ours from different bands. God, there's so many. But I don't want to forget. Let me see. I got their record. All right. We were also in Canada.
Yeah, that was another question.
Canada.
How'd you think of Canada?
Well, I don't want to forget Hell Butcher.
Okay, that was...
Hell Butcher when we were over in the Czech Republic. But friends of ours from Niflheim, they have a band now. With one of them has a band now called Hell Butcher, and they're amazing. I mean, if you like Niflheim, you'll love Hell Butcher. But Hell Butcher, don't want to forget in Canada, Dave from Slaughter came out to the show, which is one of my personal favorite bands from Canada. The Real Slaughter is what I call them. But if you're not privy or hip to that band, you should check out Slaughter, Surrender or Die, Strapato, whatever. But look up Slaughter from Canada. They're a fucking great band. I think you'll love them. Also, Sacrifice. I was given a care package. I should just pull out some records, but any other countries you want to mention real quick? There's a lot.
So some are excited for your upcoming shows. Yeah. Some others are from Romania and Philadelphia, and did
What's
I write
up,
it down?
Romania?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Mexico, I told you that one, I think. But yeah,
Mexico, Viva Mexico.
Youth Kids. Oh, okay. Oh, the Columbus was about a record store.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're always interested in record stores. Support your local record stores, and we're not saying that to be hip. That's where the best records are at. So.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, if we're gonna say anything, you want to give away good information. Usually, mom and pop stores put a lot more love into their stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's some big chains. I mean, even Amoeba's a big chain, but they have a lot of great people working at those stores, so they know their shit. It's always good to ask questions, too. If you're inside of those stores, don't be too shy. Like, I get if you're shy, but go up and ask questions, because that's also how you learn. And also, a lot of those people that work in those stores know their shit, so ask questions. Don't hesitate. Even here in Hollywood, not too far from where I live, the Amoeba Records in Hollywood, a lot of great people work there. Go up and ask questions, because not everybody knows everything. Like, it's good to ask questions. Like, you can always learn. Okay, go ahead, honey.
Have you ever been to Hit Records? Great metal collection there. Even found Raging Violence.
What store is that?
It says Hit Records.
What city is it in?
Well,
what city is Hit Records in? Well, no, you just...
Okay, Vitus Bathory, right us back there. And then there's a lot of people saying much love to you, and a few people from Hell's Heroes they'd like you to return to. So.
Hell's Heroes is a great festival. Even if we're not playing there, go to check out that festival. It's awesome. But we will be back hopefully soon. Yeah, Hell's Heroes was special. I say that about, all the shows are normally special. I mean, some have different heights, but Hell's Heroes definitely one of the best shows we've done in the last year. Also, Maryland Death Fest, great for us. And I feel lucky because we get to play shows that are tailored to what we do. Like, it's not just the same old show. Like, we always try to go with the vibe of what we're doing. So those festivals are very special for us. Even the ones that we have coming up, people are going to be surprised at some of the festivals we got coming up for 2026. Even we're surprised. So there's more good stuff coming. But yeah, everybody that came out to see us at Hell's Heroes in Texas, thank you. Texas is awesome anyways.
Yeah.
We love playing Texas. One of the surprises on the last tour was actually Dallas. Dallas was insane. A lot of really good people. The promoters took really good care of us. Were really cool. And they understood us. It's really cool when you work with promoters that get what you're about and help you out. So thank you to Dallas. Go ahead.
Okay, Hit Records was Columbia, Montana, I guess.
Columbia, Montana.
And a lot of people like your shirt.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a big Richie Blackmore fan. Obviously, Ronnie James Dio. Cozy Powell is one of my all-time favorite drummers. I'm a big Cozy Powell guy as well as a Tommy Aldridge guy. I got to meet Tommy Aldridge when I was 15, and he was so cool to me. It left a mark on me that will never go away because he was really cool to me. He took time to talk to me, and that really stayed with me. I try to do the same. Believe it or not, if it wasn't for Tommy Aldridge, I don't think I'd be the same musician. He really made me understand that the fans are the most important part of this. So you should always be cool to your fans, no matter how big your band gets. Just be fucking cool, all right? Yay! But this, go ahead.
Now I got confused, but one was just Amoeba. Scott says Amoeba is the biggest one that record store that he's ever been to. Is that the biggest?
It's big. Yeah, I mean, for the States, I mean, you know, you start.
The Amoeba in Hollywood is the biggest one.
It's pretty big. The original one in Hollywood was actually bigger, I think. But I see what he's saying. It's pretty damn big, and it's almost like when you get there, you don't know what to do because there's so much stuff, you know. And also, I don't just listen to metal, even though metal is my favorite. Well, I like a lot of music, so it's kind of hard saying favorites because, you know, music's like food. Some days you're in a different mood. Like, even when I'm getting ready to pull here record-wise, and this is scratching the surface, but
I know
this is kind of eclectic because on this tour, I bought other stuff besides metal, so you get this is probably one of the first live streams where I'm really showing a bunch of taste in music, but a lot of it is metal. So, but I'll take any more questions.
At the same time? How many Polish metal bands do you know, and which ones are the best?
Okay, so there's a band called Turbo. There's a band, obviously, Cat from Poland. They're probably the most known for me. And they're great. The first two Cat albums are mandatory. So if you haven't heard of Cat from Poland, I highly suggest them. Turbo. I don't know enough though. Like, the problem is that, you know, I don't live in Poland, so I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of stuff. I do have some records down here from Poland. I need to dig through them and educate myself a little bit more. But right off the top of my head, Turbo. I would highly suggest Turbo and Cat. Cat are amazing. I consider Cat to be kind of like the band from Russia, Aria. Like in Poland, Cat would be the equivalent of Aria from Russia, which is another great band. No matter what's going on in this world, I think we need to keep the politics out of music. So even if bands are from certain countries that are involved in some stuff, I don't think that we should hate those bands because of it, because we don't know them personally. But, you know, another band, like I said, that's awesome, and I don't want any politics to get involved here, would be Aria from Russia. They're amazing. There's also another band called Keplov. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Keplov is another band from Russia that's awesome. So check them out. But
it's a good one. Do you know Romanian metal?
I don't know enough.
Yeah.
Romanian metal. I need, you know what? Educate me if you can drop a couple of bands, 2 to 4 bands from Romania that you think I should check out. Please let me know. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so that's what this is all about. Let's learn. So a lot of people too saying Dia de los Muertos. So we love all of the loved ones that we are not with us. Some that we don't even know.
Yeah, today is Day of the Dead. If you don't know that, day after
love
Halloween.
all of you. Yeah.
Much love to all of our ancestors and family and friends that have passed. I know that a lot of us are dealing with the same stuff. We've lost some friends and some family, especially over the last 6 years. So much love and respect to all of your ancestors, all your people, anybody that you've lost or anybody that's still alive. Love them as much as you can while you have them. Reach out to them, tell them hello, tell them you love them.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't want to get too mushy, but that's just the facts of things.
Jesse, every night you mentioned Jesse Pintado on stage.
Yeah, you know, there's a guy, if you've heard of Napalm Death, his name's Jesse Pintado. He was also in Terrorizer. He's hanging up in my house. I have a picture of him on the wall. My wife's going to hand it to me.
Oh, got it.
I actually have a couple of guys up here in my house that are... This came from Jesse's funeral/wake. And ever since I got it, I brought it home, and it's on my wall. And
we talk to Jesse every day on tour. You were telling the fans.
On tour, we play a song called "Hate, Fear, and Power," which Napalm Death covered. So every night we would play that song, I would dedicate it to Jesse because I still think about him to this day. He's still a big part of my life. So yeah,
good one.
When it's friends that you care about, try to, even when in death, remember them and love them forever, man. So
unfortunately, Frazier just lost his brother 2 months ago.
Frazier, sorry to hear that. My heart's with you. Just hang in there. Nobody can tell you that nobody knows how you feel. I would know because I've lost some family members. I lost my sister a couple years ago. Nobody knows except for you. So just deal with it whatever way you've got to deal with it. But just be strong. Hang in there. And just think of the good times. That's the best thing you can do if you lost anybody. Think of all the fun shit that you did with them, or the times that you had with them that mean the most to you, and I think you'll be all right. But it takes a lot of time, like even for me, not just my sister, but my brother and my mother and my father are all gone. So it comes in spurts. Some days you'll feel good, some days you'll be sad, but that only means you love the shit out of them. So it's okay to be sad, but also remember they want you to be happy. So snap out of it. No,
Carry on.
I'm saying, just hang in there, and but nobody can really tell you how you feel. Like when people try to talk to me about death, I'm like, well, you're not in my skin, but they do care about you, or they wouldn't try to comfort you and tell you. So much love to you. I hope you feel better, and hang in there.
A lighter note, the Anthony loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff in the background. What's your favorite turtle, Katon?
Man, it varies, but I don't know. I like Raphael a lot. They're all cool, though. I mean, to me, there's really no one cooler. Like, they're all four cool. I love the Turtles. I mean, I wear the shirt on stage, too. It's not just for the hell of it. Like, I really do dig them. I was into the Ninja Turtles when they came out in 1985. And have been a fan ever since, and I love what they represent. They're cool. If you're a Ninja Turtle fan, then you understand. You can't really understand unless you're into them. Some people just don't get it, but I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. I have a bunch of stuff here in the house. I'm still collecting. Let me grab something real quick.
Yeah, the cameras aren't even turned on what you have.
Yeah.
And you got those...
This is a Ninja Turtle pinball game.
More over here.
I love the Turtles. So if you don't have this and you're into the Ninja Turtles, this pinball game's awesome. I saw it at there's a place I love, and I'm going to give a little props to. It's called Five Below. These were available at Five Below, but you can go online and find these pinball machines, and they're awesome, and they're really fun to play. So Ninja Turtle pinball machine. But yeah, I'm hugely into those guys. What else we got? Let's talk some more.
Oh, just back to the Polish bands. You also know about Acid Drinkers, Wolf Spider, and you played with Zori in 2015. HIRAX played, I guess.
Yeah, Acid Drinkers are awesome. Yeah, that's a Polish band. Check them out. I've got a bunch of stuff though, because every time I go to Poland, I've got a few friends there that bring me Polish bands. And they've educated me, so thanks for educating me. When I come to these different cities and countries, I'm always open to hear, bands. So especially if they're like old school, because I love old school stuff. When we go to Argentina, there's bands like Hermetica, which are amazing. Later on, they became Malone. So if you haven't heard those bands from Argentina, I highly suggest them. Colombia, Massacra. There's Witch Trap. There's a lot of great bands throughout the countries. Obviously, down in Brazil, there's Ratos de Porro, Corzo. There's also Violator, my brother's from Violator. So check out, different bands from different countries. I think that would help everybody. I love the United States. I love, there's a lot of great bands in the United States, but there's so many great bands worldwide. So if you want to improve your music taste and your collections, look outside too. There's plenty of great bands. Obviously, Japanese metal. I love Japanese metal. Yeah, we're
just listening to that.
So, I mean, there's so many bands from Japan that don't get enough credit. Also, Spain. If you haven't checked out some of the bands in Spain, there's the legendary Baron Rojo. There's Moro. There's a bunch of great bands that came out of Spain. I can't say them all. I think Angelos del Infierno's from Spain. There's another band called Mago de Oz. I think they're from Spain. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. And also Mexico. There's a bunch of great bands from Mexico. So look outside, but also inside the United States, there's tons of bands. Go ahead.
No, and it's just the music language is for everyone. You know, it's like not just
Agreed.
about the words. Yeah, so.
So yeah, so we're a little bit over a half hour.
Okay, yeah. Someone's asking. I know you have your vinyl, but someone about the comics. You mentioned DC Comics, and then you stopped.
Yeah, I kind of, I'm getting off track because there's so much to talk about. Let's see. When we were on the tour, let me restack here.
Hey.
I was amazed because what was that? We went to so many different truck stops and gas stations.
Oh.
I can't remember. It was something, that coffee, it was something coffee, like Sam's Coffee.
Casey's.
Yeah, there's a place called Casey's. Where were we at, though? We were across the country.
People know Casey's.
Yeah, so Casey's. There's a place called Casey's. It's a gas station / convenience store.
If you don't got Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Buc-ee's is coming up. We're going to do Buc-ee's real quick here.
Yeah.
But Casey's is another truck stop / gas station, and they have a bunch of cool shit, but they sell comic books, and I was in shock because I like comic books. So I'm like, they're cheap. I might need some reading material.
Yeah,
I never got
that's
to
what
read
the
them.
lady said.
Yeah.
Keep him busy.
Yeah, it was great. But anyways, these are like anywhere from $2.98 to $3.29. These are some of the comics I picked up. Batman, Killing Time, awesome. I haven't even opened it yet. Batman, Eternal, and Batman, Deceased. And that was kind of a shout out to my brothers from Deceased. When I saw this, I had to get it because I'm like, Deceased the band and Deceased Batman, I gotta have it. So yeah, comic books, if you can find them on the road, especially at a gas station, and I was really anal, so like it took me, half hours to pick a couple because I was going through, there was stacks of them, and you can just go through them. They're not behind the counter, they're out in the open. So I went crazy taking my time picking the ones that I did get. So yeah, comic books are always fun for the road, and they don't take up too much space. We also went to a place called Buc-ee's. I do want to get to the records, but I'm going to go over Buc-ee's real quick. If you don't know about Buc-ee's, and you haven't been there, usually once you get out towards Texas, you run into these places called Buc-ee's, and it's the greatest place on the planet. If you have been there, right now you're smiling.
They're already telling me.
You know how awesome Buc-ee's is. Our drummer, Matthew, was waving to us about it, and we didn't know, because we hadn't been there, how cool it was. But once we got in there, we all went crazy and bought. You can't even see all the shit I bought. I bought a bunch of stuff. Buc-ee's is heaven, especially when you're traveling for hours. It's a gas station / convenience store / merchandise store / shitter. Like, if you got to take a dump, it's the greatest place on the planet because it's the cleanest bathrooms in the world. Like, when you walk in, you can see sparkles, like all the silver shining. You can hear angels singing. It's amazing. So, like, it's the best place on the road to go. And also, you can walk around because they're so freaking big that you can walk around and stretch your legs. And if you've been in a tour bus or a van or mobile home for 9 hours or whatever, this is heaven. So, and they have the coolest marketing. Where do I start? All right. Well, you got to get the Buc-ee's coffee sippy cup, all right? So, there's my Buc-ee's sippy cup. I went crazy.
That was in your hand like all the time.
Get the Buc-ee's coffee. I mean, I sound like a commercial right now, but that's how much I love this place. And if you're a musician or you're traveling across country, you gotta stop at Buc-ee's. I went with my wife. Even when the guys were sleeping, we would get out every Buc-ee's we saw. We stopped at 12 Buc-ee's. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know in my lifetime if I'm gonna get to see all of them. Because it's becoming such a big juggernaut, they're building more of them. But
we're gonna do it.
Look it up. If you're on the line right now, or after you're done watching the show, look up Buc-ee's. It's spelt.
It's on your cup too, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. B-U-C with a little line and then E-E apostrophe
Buc-ee's!
Apostrophe S, Buc-ee's. But anyways, the coffee's good. We're having some of that this morning.
Lots of thumbs up.
Also,
people know.
When we were in Texas, we were in San Antonio, we went to the store. I can't remember the name of the store, but you fall in love with places because there's not much when you're driving these long roads. But San Antonio coffee in Texas, this shit's amazing. I had some one morning when we were going through Texas and San Antonio, and it was so good I had to buy some. If you're into coffee, you're going to love this show because it's my last addiction. I love coffee. So that's from San Antonio. This is Bucky's coffee, which is really good. If you're ever at Bucky's, get yourself a coffee cup, especially when we were on the road for a long-ass time.
It was H-E-B. That was the grocery store. They're everywhere.
H-E-B.
And Nice Man gave us a sample.
Some of you guys might have heard of H-E-B.
Yeah.
H-E-B is another great store.
I might be saying it wrong. I don't know.
No, I think you got it right. And then...
oh, and that Stop Shop is where you got your Pez dispenser.
Oh, yeah, the Stop Shop is another place. We got to go to all these places that were awesome because we live in California, and we don't know what it's like until you get outside of California. There's a lot of good stores.
Yeah.
But,
moving on. We don't have
here comes some more cool stuff.
Okay, here comes.
I'm not done with Bucky's. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to show you everything. I'm going to finish up, but I got some records to do. Here's my Bucky's bobblehead.
Oh, yeah, Tim Hortons. That's right. That was something. Okay. Yeah.
Bucky's bobblehead.
You had to get that.
I had to get that.
You almost got away on the 12th one. Or...
I held on. And then finally at the 12th Bucky's that we stopped at, I had to get it. I went crazy. But before that, which I don't know which one's cooler, the bobblehead's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I had to also get the Bucky's nightlight. Here's the Bucky's nightlight. So you tell me it's bigger, so that's probably why I think I like it better. But there's the Bucky's nightlight. Yeah. Nerdville! Anyways, yeah, I went crazy in Bucky's, and that's not everything.
And that's not everything.
But yeah, Bucky's rules. If you're ever, like I said, if you're driving and you're on the road, especially once you start getting towards Texas and even beyond, like we were in Mississippi.
Yeah, they extended it.
We went through so many Bucky's, it was crazy. And you can't miss it because there's these signs miles away.
Yeah, they'll let you know.
As you're approaching Bucky's, you will see these giant signs that say, and they got the coolest slogans like Bucky's is next, you know, but better than that. But check out Bucky's. That's my little pump on the Bucky's stuff. So
nice.
I'll move these over.
All right.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, totally. And this is my third Halloween with this. I love this thing. I bought this 3 Halloweens ago, and it's got the same battery in it, and it rules.
When you walk behind strangers.
Yeah, it kind of creeps people out though if you're walking behind them at night with that. And then my Ninja Turtle fan. I love this thing. It rules.
But it's pizza. The fan part is so
cute. And that's
cute.
Raphael, by the way.
What's up?
Also, I'm a big Hulk fan, so.
You're very chill with all these fans. That one lights up.
This one keeps you really cool, though. But I also love it because it lights up like my wife just said.
Hey.
So,
bling.
Yeah. So, I think we got to do some albums. I'll take some more questions, though. If you guys throw them at me, you got me another 25 minutes at least. So, all right, so some of the music that I picked up on this tour, and not all of it's metal, but that's okay. This guy is huge for me. I'm a really big fan of T-Rex or Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm going to start the other way, though. Hold on. So I'm going to pull them up and put them down. This is a live sacrifice record. Really, really cool. This is some of the stuff that I got. Oh, so there's a label from Canada called Cursed Blessings. If you haven't heard of Cursed Blessings, you should check them out. They've got a lot of killer shit. Look them up on the internet. That's what's cool about these fucking computers. Look this shit up. Cursed Blessings out of Canada. This is a live sacrifice record. You should check that out. What else we got? Another sacrifice record. We're going to do some sacrifice right now. Canadian band, Legends, and they're awesome. They're also really good people. I highly suggest checking out Sacrifice. Oh, here's another Canadian band. Slaughter. You got to check out Slaughter if you haven't heard them. This is the real Slaughter. There's also the
Vicious.
The other Slaughter, but you need to check this. Was that Mike Lund?
Yes, how did you know?
I know Mike Lund's words, man. I love that guy. Mike, you rule. You actually make my day.
That's awesome.
You're an awesome dude, man. Don't ever change. I love who you are. You're good people. The Dixie Dreads. Okay, now we're getting a little off the metal, but I'm a huge Steve Morse fan. So if you haven't heard the Dixie Dregs, this is the first album. Check them out. If you are an aspiring guitar player, you need to hear this dude. All right. He also joined Deep Purple, which I don't think is a really good fit because I'm a Richie Blackmore guy, so I'm really loyal. But if you're gonna bring anybody in, Steve Morse is the guy. He's a great guitar player. But yeah, for any guitar players, check out Steve Morse, Dixie Dregs, and his solo shit's really good also.
Sorry to interrupt, but Fraser said there's a sacrifice from Japan. Did you say that?
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Mike Lund got us confused.
Fraser's badass.
Yeah.
All right. So technically, there's also a sacrifice from Japan. They're awesome. Also, recently we were walking downtown and I saw a guy wearing Sacrifice Japan T-shirt, and I complimented him on it, and he couldn't believe I even knew who Sacrifice from Japan are. So there's Sacrifice from Japan, which have been around a long time and they're legends, but there's also the Sacrifice from Canada, who are super legends too. So duke it out, or how about this? Check out both bands.
Right.
All right. So here's another band that's not metal, but they're amazing. If you are looking for other styles of music, this is the episode to watch. So this is a band called Japan. I stumbled across this at Rasputin in Berkeley. That store is amazing. Japan, if you haven't heard them, you need to check them out if you like going outside of metal and listening to stuff that can enlighten you musically. Musically, this band's amazing. They're a game changer. So if you haven't heard of Japan, check them out. I love them. Anyways, now some people are finding out the other shit that I like. So, now we're going way outside the box. Okay, this is Sylvester. There's a guy named Bob Chaser, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but Bob knows this stuff. You know, he's one of the guys that I kind of bonded over a lot of different music, because he's also an AC/DC fanatic like me. Bon Scott rules. But anyway, Sylvester, he became more of a disco icon later on in life, but his first two records are basically rock meets burlesque meets, it's very creative. I love this shit. But anyways, this is the second Sylvester record with a single. I looked for these records for years, and on this tour I finally found the last one I needed was the first Sylvester record. This is called Sylvester and the Hot Band. So they're hard to find. This is the first and second record. I love this shit. But this is more when he was more on the rock tip, and he used to open up for David Bowie. So that's all you need to know. If you open for Bowie, you can't be too bad. So, but I love these records. This is the first two Sylvester records, and I finally got them. So this was actually found at Rasputin in Berkeley too. So thank you, Rasputin in Berkeley. You guys are awesome. Always very helpful, very cool. This is back to Cursed Blessing again. This is the new Sacrifice record. Go check it out. I'm sure, I haven't even cracked this yet. I'm going to crack it probably today and listen to it. But this is the new Sacrifice record. I'm sure it's going to be really good because I can rely on these guys. They know how to play. They know their shit. I've hung out with them. It's always great talking metal with Sacrifice. Love you guys, man. Canada!
Yeah.
And then also...
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I do Carol Greaves that says Slaughter is great? Back to that really quick. They changed their name to Strapato and later split up. I know you'd say that fun fact. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Some of that I didn't know, so that's Carol?
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol. I love Slaughter. They always, for some reason, hit me right in the right spot. So I get them. They were always funny. Like back in the 80s, we used to talk on party lines. I brought that up when we played in Toronto because Dave, the guitarist, came out to Canada when we played in Toronto. Got to hang out with him. He's a choice, excellent guy. So
yeah.
Much respect to Slaughter. I hope more people will look them up. Slaughter from Canada, the real Slaughter as far as I'm concerned. You need to hear them. If you love metal, if you love the real metal, you're going to dig them. So check them out. Here's another band I have a lot of respect.
Sacrifice loves you too, Katon.
I love Sacrifice. That's an understatement. They're great.
Sorry,
guys,
just
great
chiming
people.
in.
No, it's cool. I'm glad you're
All
saying
right.
that. I'm running out of time, so I'm eyeballing the clock. But anyways,
That's
here's
quite
another
a
great
stack.
band. This is Hell Butcher.
Yeah.
We have a friendship that goes back quite a few years, and this is the new band. I highly suggest check out Hell Butcher. If you like brutal, black and thrash, black and metal, this is a band that you should hear. And they're great people. Hung out with them in Czech Republic at the Thrash Nightmare Festival. By the way, thank you to the Thrash Nightmare Festival.
Yeah.
All the fans that were in the Czech Republic, you guys are the real metal. We love you.
For sure.
We had a great time. Czech Republic, we will come back. It's one of my favorite European countries to play in. I love the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Go on, any questions? Throw them at me. I'm gonna do records at the same time. These are two Virtus records. I found these at Amoeba San Francisco. One of the times I was up there working on some recordings, I found these records. They're great. Hog Wild Records was in Texas, I think San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I was in Hog Wild, looking around. I wasn't having much luck, but then I came across this record, and I was stoked. I had to get it. This is actually my second copy, but it's a different pressing. I have two of these now. This is Bow Wow. This is probably their best record. If you stumble across this Bow Wow record, Warning from Stardust. Warning from Stardust. I highly suggest picking it up. It's great heavy metal. It's awesome. Japanese Gods. To me, these guys are as important as Loudest. Loudest is my favorite Japanese band, but Bow Wow would be right by them. They're amazing. So check them out. I'll take some questions if there's any on there.
Yeah, it's all kind of like relating to what you're saying, though, too. That they got the Hell Butcher CD and Slaughter Lord from Australia.
Awesome.
And then they were blessed to see Sacrifice at the first Metal Fest in Milwaukee.
That's awesome.
New wave of British heavy metal. Yeah, it's good stuff. And thoughts on Infernal Majesty from Canada?
Great band, underrated. Infernal Majesty. Not enough people talk about it, but they're a great band. I would say them and also Pile Driver don't get enough credit. They don't get talked about enough. Pile Driver is very underrated. And one of the guys from Pile Driver came out to see us when we played in Canada. Besides Toronto, I don't want to forget Montreal was off the hook. Montreal was one of the best shows. Really loud, really energetic, to where the crowd bantered back and forth. Even the crowd was talking a little bit of crazy shit. It was awesome. There was a guy in the front row in a wheelchair. I asked him what his name was, and he said Satan. And the whole crowd started chanting Satan. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So Montreal, thank you. You guys were one of the highlights of the tour. We fucking loved Montreal. It was amazing.
Strike Master's here saying hi.
Strike Master from Mexico. Great band, great people. Love you, Strike Master. Francisco! Thanks for checking in.
One was about the Hell Butchers from Niflheim, brother. Didn't you mention that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one's about Nefarious.
Okay. Yeah, Nefarious was great. I'm glad I did the record. I'm very proud of the record. And I did one show with them. That was awesome, too. But I have to focus on HIRAX. That's my band. It's been my band for 40 years. And that's where my heart's at, and that's what I got to do. So, but I wish Nefarious all the best. Great band and great musicians.
Nice. Pile Driver, Vicious Amazing first album.
That's got to be Mike London.
Yep. Bow Wow.
Rule!
Bow Wow changed their name to Vow Wow
Yep,
in 1984.
They did. That's very true. They became
That's
Vow
Chris.
Wow.
Boom.
And I have some Vow Wow records also. Okay, so this was the store where the guy told me that the Ronnie James Dio's roadie had sold his record collection. So
Yeah.
these are some of the records. This is a Tigers of Pantang compilation I had never seen before, and I freaking love the Tigers of Pantang, so I had to have this. But you don't come across compilations for the Tigers in the United States very often. So the guy that was Dio's roadie, he knew his shit. Obviously,
Nice.
he worked for Dio. This actually I bought in New York. And anybody who knows about metal, especially European metal, should know about Wishbone Ash.
Yeah.
If you don't, you got to learn about them. But they're a legendary band, great band. Ask Steve Harris from Iron Maiden. He'll tell you. Any other questions?
Houston Hellstar.
Hellstar is
Underrated.
awesome. They're very underrated. People don't mention Hellstar enough. To me, Hellstar is kind of like Jag Panzer, where Jag Panzer should be spoken about a lot more too. They're a great band. So if you're watching this live stream, even later, because we'll save these so people can watch them later, look up some of these bands. Hellstar from Texas, Jag Panzer. I'm trying to remember where they were from. I think it's somewhere like Denver. We might have to look up. Somebody on there knows where Jag Panzer is exactly from. I know that Harry moved over to Europe, but Jag Panzer, tell me exactly where they're from. I think it's Denver. I could be wrong, but we're going to find out. Anna's trying to fact check me right now. And somebody probably already put it up on the screen. What do we got? Anybody know? Anybody answering that question? Jag Panzer, where are they from?
Well, I don't see it, but I found Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. So
1981.
So Colorado. All right, cool. All right, so this is a Thin Lizzy, and I normally don't go for this kind of shit because I have every Thin Lizzy record, and I know that the record companies are getting all of us Thin Lizzy fanatics by putting out stuff, but I had to pick this up.
Denver.
Because it's Thin Lizzy. But there's a lot of great live.
Is there one with a different cover? Somebody says it's got Lizzy Chicago, but with a different cover.
It could. Well, this is maybe. I mean, that's how great when bands are like Thin Lizzy and Kiss, the bootlegs and the whatever extra shit that these labels release, because the band's popularity. I mean, Thin Lizzy in the last 20 years, their popularity has risen 100%. So they're one of those bands that you're going to see a lot of different covers and a lot of different bootlegs. But there's a reason for that, because they were freaking great. So it's just the way it is. And the same goes for this next artist who, you know, he's definitely roots of heavy metal. I wouldn't consider him metal. He's more blues rock. But Rory Gallagher.
Oh, we're always looking there first.
He's another guy. Like, when I go into record stores, he's one of the few guys, like Thin Lizzy, where I go directly to their card, and I look to see if it's something I don't have. I didn't have these. These are pretty good, but there's a box set that was just released recently. I think it's the BBC recordings. There's like 18 CDs or some shit like that. Maybe even more. But yeah, I love Rory Gallagher, so I had this is volume 2. This is volume 1. But there's always going to be a lot more stuff because the record labels want to make money, and they know that these artists, they're in demand, so people go crazy for them. I'm one of those people, even though I try not to, because I have most of the official records, but here and there I get caught where they get me. And I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this live stream that feel the same way. They get you every once in a while by putting out a reissue or something live that wasn't released, and you have to have it.
Love Rory, such a great blues rock guitar player. And Wishbone Ash, freaking badass, good freaking hard rock from England, the twin guitars.
Yep. Totally.
Shout out to the Gods from Columbus, Ohio. Can't remember if we talked about them.
The Gods,
I don't think so.
One of my favorite obscure bands. The Gods are amazing.
Do you know a band called Faithful Breath?
Yeah, Faithful Breath. They've been around a long time. That's old school. This is on my turntable right now. I was listening to this yesterday. Came across this in New York, and I had to pick it up. You underground hardcore people know what this is. Oz. This is a great record. If you don't have it, pick it up. It's metal.
Nice. Oh, wait, hold on. Poland and France, Stefan Blaine and are here. That's so cool.
Hello.
And Lex from Poland. And there
was
was a...
France is in the house. Poland and France. I love those countries. They're always fun to tour.
Yeah, so that's cool. A lot of people can chime in right now.
Yeah, nice. I've only got a few more minutes. Like I said, we're going to save this live stream so you guys can watch it later. I want to thank everybody for checking in, mentioning what countries and cities you're checking in from. It's always awesome. I got a few more records, but I want to say I started doing these like almost 6 years ago when the pandemic started, and everybody that's been chiming in or saying they saw these, thank you. I appreciate your support. Also for HIRAX merch, because I get that question asked a lot. If you're looking for HIRAX merch, you can go on HIRAX Big Cartel or HIRAX Bandcamp. HIRAX Big Cartel or HIRAX Bandcamp, and that's where you can buy merch. We appreciate the support. Couple ones real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, just that we were going to say about Rock Hard and 70 Tons.
Oh, yeah. Rock Hard Festival next year in Germany. HIRAX will be at Rock Hard Festival in Germany next year, 2026. Also, early in the year of 2026, we'll be at 70,000 tons of metal on the ship. HIRAX will be there.
And the new Squid Games.
Oh, yeah. The new Squid Games American version is coming up because I'm also in the shows. So the new Squid Games is coming November 4th.
Yeah.
November 4th, the American version of Squid Games. Check it out. Real quick,
Okay.
Allman Brothers. I stumbled across a 12-inch single of the Allman Brothers, which I've never seen before, so I had to have this. Yes, I love the Allman Brothers. Amazing. If you don't have the first Allman Brothers record, I highly suggest it. This is a single. It's not the first album, but check out the first album. Also, real quick, Undisputed, but if you like David Bowie or Sweet or Slade, any of those bands, check out T-Rex, one of my all-time favorites. I stumbled across this different cover of the Slider. I had to have it. I also have the other cover of Slider. And then I needed to add this to the collection, and I found this. So check out T-Rex if you're into hard rock, glam rock, whatever. Thanks for checking in. I want to thank all you guys. I'm running down to the last minutes. HIRAX is coming. We'll be back on the road. We've got some new music that we're starting to work on. Starting this week, we get back into the rehearsal studio and start jamming on some new shit. And then thanks to my wife for supporting me. I love you so much. I love you. Anna.
You did a great job. I'm glad you didn't break any bones.
I stayed pretty healthy on the tour.
You did great, yeah.
Also, thanks to Dark Angel. Thank you, Sacred Light.
Yes.
Thanks to all the other bands. Also want to thank Violence and
Road
Midnight.
Dogs.
All the bands that open the shows.
Yes.
All the fans, everybody, thank you so much for supporting HIRAX.
Some for the first time, some for the 15th million time.
Hopefully you had fun on the show today.
Yeah.
We want to make everybody smile. Stay positive.
Yay!
Stay positive. Try to treat each other good. Try to treat people the way you want to be treated. Awesome. That's about it. For my wife, Anna, and myself, Katon, thanks for checking in.
Love
Stay
you.
metal.
Well, see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Woohoo!